Welcome to Cel&Keta's channel. I'm Cel.
And I'm Keta.
And we are in Christmas!
Christmas mode! Christmas is here, the best time of year.
Oh yes.
We love Christmas. We could be doing Christmas all year if we could.
In our bikinis on the beach. And that's why we decided that it would be really fun if we give you guys loads of cool recipes and gift ideas and maybe some house fragrances to make your home and your whole month really extra Christmassy. And that's why we thought we'd kick things off teaching you how to make a Christmas swirl, because they are super delicious and we want to indulge, but they're so bad for you. And so we're going to make you our own super yummy version of it. And as always, it's going to be good for you. So let's get started.
For your cinnamon rolls, it's actually a very simple process. You've got your base, you've got your filling, and you've got your icing. So we're going to make those things in 3 different stages. So it's super easy and you can keep them separated and then we just roll them together. So what we're making now is our base.
Yeah, and some of the ingredients that you're going to need are 2 cups of rolled oats.
So you just pop those straight into the Vitamix or your blender. Then we need 1.5 cups of dates. So just get pitted dates.
And then you're going to put a 1/4 cup of your coconut oil into the mix as well. It's going to make it so yummy and gooey.
You want it to be sticky enough, but you don't want it to be so sticky that it turns into like a mushy, runny mess. So we've got to keep an eye on it.
And what we're going to do is we're just going to keep checking it as we blend it by adding a little bit of water at a time. So if you put too much water, it'll obviously become too runny and it won't roll. But if you have too little, it's not going to blend up. So you've just got to be really, that's the most difficult thing about making the swirl, is just keeping an eye on how moist you make it.
So then we have 1/3 cup of pecans. So we just put those in.
Yummy.
And then the last thing you're going to need to add that extra Christmassy feel is the spice of cinnamon. When I was young, my grandma used to make semolina for me and she used to put cinnamon on top of it. So every time I smell cinnamon, I always think of
that time.
So now you've got all your ingredients in there. So we'll just add a tiny bit of water. So we'll start off with we'll start with a tablespoon or maybe 2 tablespoons and then start blending and see how we go.
So once you've blended everything up, this is basically the base of your swirl. You're going to spoon that out into a bowl and just stick it in the fridge for a little bit, just so it starts to set.
And then in the meantime, we're going to make the filling for our cinnamon rolls.
Yay!
Okay, so now we're going to do our filling for our Christmas cinnamon roll. So there's actually very few ingredients in this as well. And again, you're just popping it into the blender and then we're going to put it onto the dough.
The first thing we're going to do is into our Vitamix, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil.
Yeah, the coconut oil again is very nutritious and will also give it that lovely, oh yeah, that was a big one.
That was a big one.
That's 2. And then we're going to add some pre-soaked dates. So this is 1/2 cup of dates and then we put them in water and let them sit for about 20 minutes. And then we're just popping them in just to make them a little bit softer, so again we're getting that creamier texture.
Then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of honey, and you can substitute this with really any kind of sweetener which you like if you prefer agave nectar or maple syrup or I don't know, molasses, go crazy. Add it, just no sugar.
I love the honey, it smells so yummy.
Yeah, this is raw honey because Cel&Keta is all about raw stuff, and this is a raw thing.
The last thing we're going to pop in is some cinnamon. So we're going to do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So you don't want it to be too much of cinnamon as well, because then it can go almost slightly to like a bitter side. So be careful with your cinnamon. I know it smells amazing, but then just like chug it all in. Okay, so now whizzing it up. Yay!
So now that you've managed to whiz up your filling, we're going to spoon it out into a bowl. And it's good to have everything out in a bowl, just that when you start making your swirl, you can kind of add things in a bit more easily, because the Vitamix is a little bit cumbersome, so it does take a while to get everything out of there.
Okay, so now we've put it into a bowl, and you'll see it's basically just a date syrup, kind of a paste. So it's got dates, honey, coconut oil, and cinnamon, and that's it. And then we're going to spread this onto our lovely dough. So now we're ready to put our dough and our filling together. So then what we're going to do is place it on our cling film, which we've put over our chopping board. So we'll put that here and then just roll it out. So we always go both directions.
Getting it as thin as possible.
I feel like I'm on the bake-off. Ooh.
Master Chef. All you've got is some dates and some oats. Make something quick. Looking good, Keta. Good rolling skills. Very cool.
Gosh.
Now we're gonna add in our delicious filling. And the thing that I love about this filling is that actually we haven't milled it so much that all the dates go completely gooey and completely disintegrated. If you have a little bit of the dates, it adds texture to the swirl.
Okay, so we'll just put this on to our dough.
And then you spread it all over, literally like you're putting butter on toast.
Just try and leave the edges so that we have a little bit of cleanness there, just because when you roll it, you then don't want all the filling to come out of the end. You're gonna do the first roll with the cling film, so that will help you to get it over. And then you'll just keep rolling it and keeping it quite tight, right? So you just keep it tight. Keeping it compact so it stays in that roll shape. And then just the last bit, I'm just gonna roll it over this way. And then you have your big roll.
Should I take this out?
You can leave it on there.
Yeah.
And then what we want to do to make sure that this is set, before we start cutting or doing anything of that sort, we want to put it back in the refrigerator. If you want it quicker, you can always go and put it in the freezer as well for a little bit to make sure it's set.
So now we're going to do the best part. My favorite is the icing. In fact, my favorite thing to do is kind of lick the icing off. Shh, don't tell anyone. But we're going to do half a cup of soaked cashews, and soaking them makes them really easy to mill, and it also makes it kind of gooey, and that's what you want for your icing. So chuck that in the Vitamix as well.
Then we're going to add a tablespoon of coconut butter.
Then we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of water.
Amazing. So we're going to add just a little dash of vanilla as well.
Makes
just
it
a tiny
nice.
bit.
Yeah.
This is going to be so delicious. You can use coconut cream or icing on like plenty of raw desserts, and it always goes down so well.
And of course we want to add that little bit of sweetness, but without any of the damaging effects of sugar. So we're going to use some raw honey again for this, and we're just going to do 1 teaspoon. Spoon that into our mixture.
So that's all the ingredients you need for your cashew icing. So let's whisk it out.
So yay, we've made all of our icing now, and now the final step is to just put it all on top. But first thing we're going to do is to cut it up into slices.
So this is how we're going to make our little cinnamon roll swirls. So you just take that big roll that we made earlier from the refrigerator, you unwrap it from the cling film, and you're going to just cut it into small pieces. You just start off here. The ends might be a little bit different because obviously they're just kind of squishing in. But soon enough you'll start to see a swirl appearing. So we're just going to cut it into small pieces. I'll try that other technique.
Just squish it. Wow, they look great. And then we're going to just sprinkle on some of our amazing icing that we made, and we literally just drizzle it on.
So nice. And then what we've done as well, we've cut up some pecans as well that we'll put on top of the icing, so it's extra lovely and extra nutty.
Oh,
just
look, beautiful.
And we're just going to sprinkle some nuts on top. Oh, it just smells incredible. Honestly, like when you think of Christmas, you really think of like cinnamon and nuts and like currants, and it's just so lovely, and it really feels so Christmassy.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
So good. Thanks so much for joining us making our cinnamon swirls. It's been an absolute pleasure talking you through how to make these. Remember that it's really easy and super fun, so make sure you write it, and then if you want to, you can always make your own versions, and then remember to hashtag Cel&Keta and post it on your Instagram, and we'd love to see some of the pictures that you take.
Yeah, so have fun making these, and watch out for next week when we've got more Christmas treats and ideas for your home.
Okay, love you lots. See you soon.
Bye. It's so good.
I'm Cel. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Lettuce.
Lettuce who?
Lettuce in please.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Cowgo.
Cowgo who?
Cowgo me, not who.
What? Agave nectar, maple syrup. You can use
maple syrup.
Shall we? Oh, wait. I think we're gonna say something now.
Just roll it like that, because then.
Fine. So she lifts the cling film up, and it's almost like rolling a joint. Sorry.
That is not what I meant when I said you talk and I'll do.